Welcome back, everybody. Here is our channel, and today we're going to be counting down our list of the top 5 scariest abandoned places that you should never enter. So grab your flashlights, hold on to your pants, because we're about to take a trip that you cannot undo. Let's do it. Number 5, the tunnel that never ends. So you find an abandoned tunnel or subway entrance. You know the rule. If the train hasn't moved in at least 50 years, then it's totally safe to go in and explore, right? Wrong. This is one of those instances where you'd be better off sticking to the rule of thumb. Because once you decide to venture inside of these seemingly abandoned tunnels, you'll quickly realize that not only are the trains still running, but there isn't an exit anywhere. It feels like the further you walk into this underground labyrinth, the more the walls seem to close in around you. And the silence is so deafening that it feels like your own footsteps are amplified 100-fold. And you can hear them echoing around you for what feels like an eternity. Some say that if you yell in here, then the tunnel will respond to you, and whatever you say will come back to haunt you. Number 4, the abandoned elevator. Ah, the classic abandoned elevator. Who doesn't love them? For anyone who's ever watched an episode of Friends, you know the story of how Monica got trapped in an abandoned elevator and ended up becoming friends with a talking raccoon. But in reality, it's much more likely that if you were to stumble upon an abandoned elevator shaft, you would end up encountering something much more sinister than a talking raccoon. Now, elevators are no stranger to urban legends. In fact, most major cities have their own stories about malevolent entities that hang out in the shafts, preying on unsuspecting victims. And while it might seem like a good idea to test out the law for yourself by stepping inside, it's probably best to keep in mind that you don't know what kind of spirits you might be raising. Because once the doors close behind you and the lights go out, you might never see the outside again. Number 3, the forest path that you shouldn't take. When it comes to scary abandoned places, there's nothing quite like a nice, relaxing stroll through the woods. Just make sure that before you set off down any forest paths, that you have a map and know exactly where you're going, because it's easy to get lost in the woods. And when that happens, it's easy to stumble upon things you never should have seen in the first place. Trees with faces carved into them, animal bones scattered everywhere, makeshift shrines made out of twigs and leaves. Whatever you do, though, if you happen upon a clearing and see a single tree standing in the center of it, just turn around and go home. That is, unless you want to spend the rest of your life living in fear of whatever lurks in the trees. Number 2, the room that locks itself. Locked rooms are everyone's favorite creepypasta trope. After all, what's more terrifying than a room that doesn't want you to leave? And yet somehow, despite how overused it is, it's still one of the most effective horror movie jump scares of all time. So if you ever find yourself wandering through an abandoned house or building, and you come across a locked room that you just have to see inside of, then by all means, go ahead and open the door. Just don't complain to us when you find out why they put that lock on there in the first place. And now for our bonus, place number 1 on our list of the top 5 scariest abandoned places that you shouldn't take, the Forgotten Asylum. Alright, now some of you might think it's weird that we would include an entire asylum on this list, but honestly, it's hard to pick just one room in a place like this that's straight up cursed. Whether it's the cells where countless experiments were conducted or the padded rooms where patients went to die, there isn't a surface in this place that isn't covered in unspeakable horrors. Now, if you've ever wanted to see for yourself what it feels like to be stalked by a boogeyman, then taking a midnight tour of an abandoned mental hospital might be just the thing for you. Just don't be surprised if you hear screams in the dead of night, or if the doors behind you start slamming shut without warning. Some places are just best left forgotten, and some secrets are best left buried. These places aren't just creepy, they're traps, and once you enter, they may never let you go. So I hope you enjoyed this list of the top 5 scariest abandoned places that you shouldn't take. Because honestly, friend, some places are just best left undiscovered.